Welcome to my creative African cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa, and my name is Fafa Gilbert. Now, if this is your first time watching, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. By the way, you're welcome, and also the notification button, which means that each time I do upload a video, you're notified of that, so you don't miss a thing. Now, if you do so, thank you very much, and you're welcome to the tribe. Yes. It's all about natural flavors, packed with natural flavors, of course. And I hope you guys are inspired to try these recipes and leave me feedback with your experiences. Yes. So today, it's infusion. So I have been inspired by the Nigerian Ayamase sauce. And I'm using that in creating a vegetarian stew for our fellow vegetarians, because I don't want to leave them out. Of course not. And I loved this experiment because the flavors were just incredible. And I used mushrooms, different types of mushroom infused into it. It's definitely a must watch. And even if you're not vegetarian, try it. You might just like it. Now that stew with some hot cake, exactly what I did. That's not recommending it. Anyway, let's start.
Now, obviously, you can see how green the stew is, and this is derived from the ingredients that I use. So I carefully selected 3 amazing green peppers that are readily available at your local grocer or also supermarkets. Now, when you're picking them, just feel it. So they should be firm, and you can feel that crunch and juiciness of it, because that's the perfect one to use. Now, ultimately, when you are, taking the seeds out, ensure that, you don't waste any of this goodness. So grab as much of the flesh that you can, as you can see here. And I was just doing this in a rush. Absolutely. So I'm making sure that I'm not wasting anything. Now, still maintaining that beautiful green color and flavor, I'm also using spring onions, and I'm using the green part. And I'm keeping this simple, and I'm adding my 3 cloves of garlic. So you can see, then again, all the ingredients here are all natural ingredients, and they all have their nutritional contents as well. Absolutely. Now, I keep talking about castor pepper. If you don't have access to this, you can use the normal green chilies, but the castor pepper makes a big difference. What I do find about habanero chili in the UK, some of them are really good and others are just like, what's this? So yes, once you have that, blend this into your beautiful textured mixture, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do is microwave this. The reason why I'm doing that is to retain that greenness. But you think I'm done? Oh no. So you need this textured look, as you can see here. It's you. Now I'm going to be building upon this flavor. So at this point, I decided to add some Dawadawa powder, which is fermented locust beans. Now these are readily available in Ghana and Nigeria, which they are predominantly used. Now, in the absence of that, you can use truffle oil. Now, truffle oil is a synthetic sort of flavor that is made. So hence, it's vegan in that sense. So you can use it. But truffle in itself, because they use animals in hunting for, or, getting or locating the truffles, I would say, yes, you need to omit that. But the closest in terms of the dawa flavor and that pungency is your truffle oil. Absolutely. So just add a few drops to your mixture, and that works wonderfully. So what I'm trying to do here is minimize the amount of spice as well, because I just want each ingredient to, marry and talk for themselves, absolutely. So I've got some coconut oil, which is important, by the way, because I'm building upon the flavor. And I've got some onions, grains of saline, and also nutmeg. Now, the grains of saline has this black pepper corn flavor, but a muskier taste, which it adds to this dish, and that works wonderfully. And of course, you've got the African nutmeg, which gives it that little sweetness. It's not as pungent as a normal nutmeg, but it equally works wonders. What I'm doing here is sweating everything just nicely. You could see that I'm cooking on medium to low heat to allow the onions to, do its all shenanigans, infuse its flavor into the oil and absorb the coconut oil. At the same time, taking that scented musky taste from the grains of salim and that sweetness from the nutmeg. Now, in describing this, have I actually got your mouth watering? Absolutely. I didn't put big in, and I'm just describing it like, oh, je ne sais quoi already. So anyway, after about 5 to 7 minutes on your low to medium heat, you have this perfect consistency here. Now I'm going to be talking about my main ingredients and where most of my flavors are coming from. So the mushroom. Now, shiitake mushroom also is represented here. Now, with shiitake mushroom, it also has this pungent smell, especially when you open it. It's just like, oh, but the flavor in itself. Now, they're readily available yet again in most specialist grocers or supermarkets. And it's just incredible because the flavor it adds to it is just mwah, mwah, mwah. It's just like it pairs perfectly with the dawa as well. It just intensifies that flavor. And then we've got these large oyster mushrooms. And I think that, yes, it gives it that beautiful texture as well because, it gives us something one can chew on as well. So I'll be dividing that in two. And of course, I've got my noble chestnut mushrooms as well. So I have carefully chosen these mushrooms all because of their natural flavors as well that they're going to be added to this dish. Now, as I mentioned, I've just divided that in two, and I'm going to keep that stalk and I use it for something else, maybe mushroom soup later in the week. As I always say, there is no wastage in my kitchen at all. Absolutely not. So I have microwaved my mixture for about 15 to 20 minutes and I've ended up with this beautiful greenness. Don't be green with envy, by the way. Yes, you can, naturally just boil it on the stove or on your gas cooker. It's not a problem. However, I wanted to retain that greenness, you see. It's all about the flavor and also how my dish looks. It has to look appetizing and it has to look good and it has to taste good. You don't go through all this wahala just to do the bish bash bush and that's it, even though sometimes I do bish bash bush, but you always have to present it nicely. So anyway, I've added my blended green pepper mixture to my slow cooked oil, adding my salt to taste, and I'm going to mix everything together. Now this is almost done, so all I'm just going to do here is cook it for about 10 minutes, and this is to allow the flavors to just marry, intensify, and just introduce themselves to each other. Oh, hello, my name is Dawa, also known as the Locust Beans. Oh, I'm green peppers. Hey, you're from a car, swap pepper now sitting. Anyway, enough of the joke. So now I'm adding my mushrooms. I'm going to lower the heat and allow this flavor to just intensify because that's what this is about at this point. You've got the shiitake mushroom, the oyster mushroom, the chestnut mushrooms, you've got the dawa, you've got the coconut oil, you've got that African nutmeg, the grains of salim. I mean, seriously, am I wrapping here with ingredients? Oh, no, yes. So I'm going to cover this and cook this on a very low heat because, as I said, I just want the flavors to infuse just beautifully because that's the whole point of it. Now, after about 10 minutes of slow cooking, look at this. You can see that the oil is settling at the top. You can see that the mushroom is just sort of settled a bit and it's just yes. And the stew is darker as well. You see? Yes, absolutely. Look how beautiful this is. I told you this is not any other food. Oh, this is Ndudu by Fafa. Now you can increase the amount of chilies that you want to add in here, but the amount that I used was just right. And I'll leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog Ndudu by fafa.blogspot.com. So do check it out. Definitely, I have taken care of the vegetarians. But also, I've got a little surprise. Okay, so what am I talking about? You hold on. So now that my stew is ready, I'm going to be dividing it into two equal portions because I'll be using one portion for a twisted version, as always. Now, if you did watch my Christmas stuffed chicken recipe, you know the green oil that I did sprinkle over the chicken. This is where it came from. That's where the flavor came from. Now, why am I dividing this? Because amongst pure vegetarians, there are also lacto-ovo vegetarians, which means that they do eat eggs. So what I have done is boiled some eggs and I've added them to the stew. But to ensure that the stew infuses its flavor into the eggs, I've just used my knife to, make some few incisions into the eggs. So the eggs would also absorb some of the oil and flavor. So it goes into the yolk. So, when you're eating it, so it's flavor packed. So you see, I've taken care of the two types of vegetarians here. Absolutely. The pure vegetarian and the lacto-ovo vegetarian. I've also paired this stew with the cumin rice that I made earlier. I'll leave a link at the top so you can watch that video. That flavor with this stew really worked incredibly so well. And it's a great base to use for your fried rice as well. And this is the dance you make. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. When your recipe works, you go for it, you say, hey. Now, you will find various vegetarian recipes both on my blog Ndudu by Fafa as well as my YouTube channel. And you can watch a playlist. I think I'll leave a playlist for you. And I remember making this beautiful purple soup cabbage, which I infused with some cocoyam. And it was just incredible. As well as this charred pepper bean stew. And this beautiful soft fried plantain with some suya sprinkles. I mean, these recipes are both available on my blog, as I said, and also on my YouTube channel.
Thank you very much for 2018. As I said, 2019, you did. Ndudu. It's so interesting that most people refer to me as Ndudu. Ndudu means food. Fafa is my name, my era name, which means a calming personality. I think that's what Mom wished for. But yeah, I am quite calm. Yeah, but of course when I'm in the kitchen, it comes hot, sizzling of course. Flavors say, beba, over. I say odd things, but hey, how would you know you're on the right channel? Ndudu by Fafa.
So you guys were kind enough to take part in a poll and you wanted to see my 5 favorite dishes of 2018. I've had a little technical glitch, but it's definitely coming up. But I'm not going to allow you guys to wait, hence I've brought this recipe. Anyway, I'm going to leave a list of the ingredients and measurements on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter as Ndudu by Fafa. Yes, until next time, take care of you. Be beautiful, be wonderful. Choose to be in a positive place. And guess what? I love you for you. Until next time, take care of you. Me love you.